Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel, and today I will quickly show you how I used Solidworks to draw my floating shelves project. Just as a disclaimer, I am no pro at Solidworks. In fact, I have not used it in about 4 to 5 years, but I decided to go back into it since I have decided to start this YouTube channel, and it will most likely help when developing plans for future projects. So let's get started. So when starting a new part, I would just go with the standard template as it is already in inches, so you don't need to worry about creating your own templates as I have. So to start, go to the sketch tab and click on sketch. Then you select the plane on which you want to draw your sketch. I always choose the top plane. Now we can go ahead and start drawing our shapes. For woodworking, the only shapes we will be drawing most of the times are rectangles and circles. Then to properly define our shapes, you will go ahead and use the Smart Dimension feature. Now I am starting off with a smaller piece of my cut 2x8, and I am using the actual dimensions of a 2x8, which is 1.5 inches by 7.25 inches. So my cut section will actually be 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Once we are done defining our sketch, we can go ahead and go to the Features tab and extrude our sketch. Since our floating shelves are 2 feet long, I went ahead and extruded it by 24 inches. Now I will go ahead and draw the holes going through our piece of wood. So to do that, first we need to start a sketch on any side of our object here, since they are all the same, and right click on it to start a sketch. Hit the space bar to select your orientation and just click on the side of your sketch. Then we can draw circles, and at this point it doesn't matter where you place your circles since we're going to be defining them. So I just draw 3 random circles. So one cool thing I like to do to define my object is to use relations. So to do this, you keep the control button on your keyboard press and select all the objects you want to create a relation. In this case, I want all my circles to be the same size. So I select my circles, then I click on equals. Now I want them to be aligned with the origin. So I do the same thing, and in this case I select the center of the circles and I click on the vertical since I want them to align vertically. And the rest is just using Smart Dimensions. So as I mentioned in my video, my holes are spaced 2 inches from the edge and right in the center. Now I am done with my sketch. I can go straight into the Features tab, and in this case I'm going to extrude cut since I want to remove materials. So since I want these holes to be cut all the way through, these are a few options you can use. When using the up to surface option, you actually need to select your surface. And that's it for the first part. So here I was trying to show you how to make your parts transparent, but I am not sure what happened, but it's okay, I will go over it later. Okay, so moving on to the dowels, which is actually quite easy. All you need to do is draw a circle. In this case, the dowel I used are 1 inch in diameter. Then you just extrude it by 4 inches and you're done. Now I am drawing the larger side of the 2x8, which will be pretty much the same process as the smaller side, so I will speed through this section. The main difference is that for this side we only need our holes to be 2.5 inches deep, so you can just use the blind option and type 2.5 inches. I did make a mistake here, which I will fix later in the video. So to change your appearance, you can select the appearance circle on the top here and select your object and choose your color. Here I realized that my dimension was wrong, so I went back to my tree and selected my sketch and right clicked to select edit my sketch, and I corrected my dimension. Here I also noticed that my dowel hole seems a bit small, but I was still not sure, so I just continued the drawing. Now that we have all our parts, we can go ahead and make an assembly from part. Again, just choose the standard template, so if you kept all your parts opened like I did, you will see them here and you can just go ahead and grab and drop them into your field of drawing. To insert more components, just click on Insert Components on the Assembly tab and repeat this process until you have all the components you need to complete your assembly. To create copies, just keep the control button pressed and drag your part. Once you have all your parts in the assembly, then you just need to put them together like Legos using the mate feature. Here you choose two surfaces you want to mate, and your surfaces should come together like so. You do have to make sure to select the green arrow before you can make another mate. So here is finally where I realized that my dowel hole was too short. So all you have to do while you are in the assembly is go to your tree and select the part in question, and then right click and edit your part. In this case, it was not the sketch that was incorrect, but the feature applied to the sketch. So you have to go to edit your feature, and it should be 2.5 inches. I had to think about it for a bit. Now since I edited my feature, I decided to delete my mate and create a new mate. Now we are done. However, I decided to make an exploded view to make our drawing look a bit nicer. This feature is pretty straightforward to use. Once you are happy with your exploded view, you can go ahead and create a drawing from your assembly again. Most of this is pretty straightforward as well, so I would just let it play out. But this is what you will actually use on your plan, so you can print it out if you want someone else to cut your parts for you. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this or if you think I should go a bit slower. I just did not want to make an hour-long video. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.